Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Freedom Chasers. I know that we may remember the high drama of the finale of last session, but I will instead ask you to cast your minds back ever so slightly further than that, and tell me, where did last session begin?
We were kind of still at the festival, but we It
was post-festival. We were fast-forwarding a little time through Weary's recuperation. One of our first steps was Weary waking and being hungry.
Oh yeah, and I ate a whole bunch.
You did. And then you... and then you had a bath. And while you were... Pyrus! You can't just come waltzing in here gifting out gift subs. Thank you very much for the 3 months of tier 1 given to Jack.
Oh, thanks. I've been watching quite a bit, so...
yeah, that'll let you spam some silly emotes that move. Anybody... Yeah.
I really know how to do that.
Oh, and to Bumpkin! Look at that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, you were having a bath when 2 young gentlemen appeared at the front door. What did they... And welcome back to the Quackpack. All right, I'm ignoring notifications now. You could stop that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's just all sorts going on. Yeah, who was at the door?
Jackson and Isaac.
Jackson and Isaac,
yep.
Yes. And if you can't remember who that is, yeah. Josh, you said Isaac's jaw could cut paper.
That's
they both could. They're both pretty chiseled in the face department.
Yeah, they're pretty handsome gents. They are a dreamy couple, one might say. Why were they knocking on your door? Knock, knock, knock. Who's there?
Ding dong. They're getting married.
Yes, indeed. On the 23rd of Gold Harvest, I think, is the right date for it. Off the top of my head, I don't know if that's right. It's the day before a festival, I think. I'm
Maybe.
Right. What's the current in-game date? Gold Harvest 28th? No, it won't be the 24th of Gold Harvest. It'll be the 24th of
28th. Gold Harvest 28th, but you know.
Let me just look. I did write this down. I will give you the exact date. Their wedding is on the 22nd of Emberfall.
Oh, I got it right in the notes.
No, go you.
Yes,
22nd of Emberfall. After that, you guys... He also dropped off his other note, which was to do what? Invite you where? To do the thing?
To dinner.
At Henson's.
At Henson's, yes, indeed. So actually, he was dropping you an invitation from Henson to attend for dinner.
Yeah.
When you arrived there was a lovely serving lady. What was her name?
Patricia.
It started with a T.
It did not start with a T.
Oh.
What letter did it start with?
Is it... I want to say Irene, but...
Irene is correct!
Oh, it was Irene!
Wow, very good. Yeah, well done. You can't have any more inspiration. You haven't spent enough and you're dead. Spoiler alert, where he died. Anyway. Yeah, so basically, Irene was the serving lady, and she was kind of grumpy, but she'd obviously been with them a long time. But you could tell that she was invited in because she was trusted. All the doors were closed off, and you guys had a bit of a quiet conversation. What was Henson's reason for inviting you for dinner, and why was he concerned?
Because his friend has gone missing.
That was a big part of it, yes. Fiona, not Juliet.
Not Juliet.
Rumours were she travelled to Durban.
Which doesn't make sense.
Why was that?
She doesn't like cities. She doesn't like the sea.
She hates the city. That's exactly that. Well done. You can have a D4. You can splurge them a lot more than Jack does. And given that was out of character, Isaac was not Isaac. Henson was kind of nervous. that maybe there was something more going on. What other things did he think were a little odd, or why did he think maybe she got in trouble?
Her mum wasn't worrying or anxious about her, which is very out of character.
True. And what did Fiona do that maybe made him concerned?
Oh, she spoke out against the Whisperer.
No, more the prince.
Yeah.
Correct, Jack.
Come on.
Spoke out against the against Lady Christina specifically. Yes, exactly that, and Prince Aemon. Prince Aemon sort of beginning to accept his mantle of power and accept that he might be named Prince. She spoke out about that, and then subsequently vanished. How did you guys decide to infiltrate? Or how was it suggested to you that you infiltrate?
That we investigate the home to see if there was any clues.
Yeah, but who they offered you a way in? What was it?
Irene's daughter. Claudia?
Who's a servant there.
Whoa, Claudia, bring her out. There we go. You've also got way too much inspiration. Spend it, people. What's wrong with you?
Not rolling anything.
I'll hold it here.
Maybe you're not making the right decisions if you're not rolling anything. Anyway, yeah. So you guys went into the house, yeah, you were led down a passageway to Fiona's room. What was surprising in Fiona's room?
Fiona.
Fiona, exactly. It had a Fiona, much to everyone's surprise. Bear in mind at this point, guys, we're now 2/3 of the way through session. I just want you all to remember that, because even in Bumpkin's notes, it is very clear that 2/3 of the session took a quarter of the notes. Anyway, at this point, how did you bring her back to sanity?
Anti-magic tea.
Yeah, good. Yeah, she wasn't particularly magical, so the magical influence on her ending didn't really seem like a big deal. And this was perhaps my greatest mistake as the DM, was not to tell you that, whilst it had little impact on her, it might have impact on others. Anyway, you freed her of her confusion and had a chat with her, really.
Yeah. And we basically told her everything that happened, to which she was surprised. And then we went to go find her mum, only to find a big
Whoa, you've jumped
bodyguard.
Quite far there. What was she able to tell you about, where she was, how many days she'd lost, that sort of stuff?
She'd lost like 10 days or something?
4.
Right?
Specifically.
4 days. She thought it had only been like a few hours.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So she'd lost time. She'd gone out for a drink with the nobles after Vela's Bounty Festival, and it was there that she perhaps said something, and that was where she then when she then disappeared. And yes, she then went to seek her mother, but her mother's room was being guarded.
Yeah.
Who by?
Some random guy.
Mysterious man.
Man the Tux.
Hit hard.
He did do hit hard. He tried to place Fiona under magical suggestion, but it didn't work. More cool effects of grand tea. It worked on some other people, though. In fact, Anivari was quite devastated it didn't work on her, because the rest of you had to go. You got your marching orders, and off you went. What did it? Yeah, we'll get to Anivari's death shortly. With the three of you, what did it leave you guys thinking and feeling?
That we didn't want to go back to the house, and that Fiona really did go to the city.
Yeah, that Fiona went to Durban. If you wanted to seek her, you should go to the Wandering Minstrel, and you really didn't want to go back to Fiona's home. Exactly that. Yeah. Anivari, he pulled a blade on you. How rude of him. After you failed another save. After you succeeded on another save, sorry. And he hit you, I think, just once. Is that right?
Just once, yeah.
Just once, yes. And it was a full health. I did anticipate you being level 5 when you came up against him, but I don't think that would have made much difference. Yeah. And where did he leave you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I woke up at the inn after I'd been drinking heavily. I'm sure, probably.
Exactly that. Yes, you woke up at the inn thinking that you'd had a jolly good time. And you really didn't want to go anywhere near Fiona's house. You didn't need to, after all. She was in Durban. When you get back, though, you guys sat around a table. And William, you got the sense that there was something odd going on. Your memories didn't really match up. And it was at this point that we decided that black honey tea was the answer.
Yeah, if it worked on Fiona, then it would work on us.
And it did, exceptionally.
Well,
First of all, it began to remove your magic, which we saw as a visual effect of the black draining from your arms.
Yeah.
This you necked it, and then you didn't really remember anything new about the day.
Yeah, it didn't actually fix the memory magic.
But there was some thought that perhaps the distress you were experiencing over losing your sorcerer abilities might have prevented you from really being able to sort out your thoughts and what had been regained. Because of that, and because you just found out that it wasn't going to last an hour but 10 days, we decided that somebody else should drink the tea too. That is what happened next, right? I'm not quite sure how we came to that decision.
No. It's because it was sort of like alluded to the fact that at least this is what I feel happened. That William sort of was like had realized a bit that like something is going on. Like, and the tea helped him sort of realize that it's not just, it wasn't just like, oh, well, everything's like, well, she's just in Durban, everything's honky-dory. And it's like, no, something legit is going on, but we still think she's in Durban. It's just like, it's more, something has fucked with us. We just don't know. We just can't determine what that is. And
well, you now, as a party, have no reason to ever think she's not in Durban. You've really got that. Like, that's a solid feel. But it's more the mystery of the day and, like, where your memories were and whether you did or didn't go to Fiona's and whether you did or didn't get that information directly from her and why you didn't want to go back there that was a little more confusing. And so Weary drank the tea. And a couple of sips didn't do a huge amount. So he glugged it. And upon finishing the tea, the magic on him ended. And he fell lifelessly into Dinari's arms. As you all note him collapse, and I'm sure Dinari exclaims in some way, you hear the most enormous, thunderous crack outside. It's like a whole thundercloud has just erupted around your ears. The door to your cottage sort of flings open, and standing there is Seraphina, but not in any way you have ever seen. She her hair is standing statically out, and white in color. Her eyes are just shining this bright, one blue and one amber, but like they're shining like torches in the dark. Her face is a rictus of anger, frustration, and you can just see it is taking everything in her to not just obliterate you on the spot. She strides on straight away into the room, and she looks around and she says, "What on earth have you done?"
What are you talking about?
He's dead!
Yeah, thanks to your tea.
Surely. She looks at you. You gave him the tea?
We had
Why?
Our memories meddled with. We tried to get rid of that effect.
Dinari, it's a poison. Give it to the people you're trying to help. What were you thinking? What any of you think?
I just told you.
She looks and
Can you fix him?
Why should I? She sort of reaches up with her hand, and Weary's body begins to sort of rise up, almost as if swirling with wind. If you were still touching him in any way, Dinari, suddenly you sort of get like a static shock and pull your hand back automatically. The body sort of comes over to hover next to her, and she sort of suspends him in the air. Why should I? You fools! You idiots!
How were we meant to know?
How are you meant to know that the recovering, tired, exhausted, drained person shouldn't be poisoned?
But it wasn't a poison. It just removes magic for a couple of days. You never told us that you had continuous magic on him, keeping him alive. Why should we know that it would have killed him? You didn't give us all the information.
She nods slowly and sort of... You can see the anger just simmering there. And as she sort of like holds Weary there, you see Weary is shaking in midair. Any idea how complicated this is going to be to fix?
Well, it's a good thing that you just got juiced up then, isn't it?
Oh yeah! Let's just use magic on the guy who's got an anti-magic potion in him for 10 days.
Oh, you're not strong enough to remove it? You don't have an antidote for your poison.
Enough! She just sort of waves her hand, and William, you'll hit the back wall, and just drop unconscious.
I'm used to it.
She looks to Dinari. I will solve this. If only because I was the one who made it happen. Yeah. He likes to run his mouth, but he's right about one thing. You didn't have the information. And for that, perhaps I was in the wrong. I must take him away to fix him. I'll return him when I can. And you hear this, see this massive crack of thunder. You see a flash of lightning and hear a massive crack of thunder. And when you look up, your door is just hanging off its hinge, and there is no Seraphina and no Weary.
I will have jumped up and run over to William to, like, make sure he's not actually dying.
He's unconscious, but actually full health. Well, he might have lost 1 or 2, but she basically used power word stun. So he'll recover in a moment.
A sleep spell.
No, it's power word stun. You're stunned, not unconscious, but you're both really, I suppose. Incapacitated specifically. Yeah, but you come round after a moment, William.
Oh, what a bitch.
A temptation to teleport back and knock you unconscious again.
As I look around and say, Barry's not here, I say, where's Barry?
She took him with her.
Do you think she'll give him back?
She said.
Should we just wait now?
What were we thinking?
What?
We think? No.
She said, what were we thinking?
Oh. I think we were thinking that the two worked for Fiona, so it would work for us.
See how well that went.
Sorry, are you upset that we can't see the future?
are you okay?
What's right?
Certainly.
Elora, you're like quite quiet.
I am trying to like change my microphone settings mid-session because I can tell that it's not working.
Yeah, I think it was Dinari, are you okay? Right? Or was it William, are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the two. Dinari, go.
Dinari.
I don't think I've moved since Serafina left. I guess I'm still just looking at the door, on my knees with like my hands basically like in my lap. I'm like starting to almost like curl in on myself a bit.
I'm gonna stand up from William and walk over and put a hand on her shoulder.
I swear I didn't know.
Us knew. None of us knew.
Shouldn't I have? I mean,
You didn't know he had magic on him. We just thought he was recovering.
I should have known better. Nothing that I was doing to help him in a medical sense was working. I should have known this was something more magical.
She only told us time. She didn't tell us anything. Don't blame yourself for this.
If you want someone to blame, blame the witch.
Don't let me off so easy. It's infuriating.
It's not letting you off. You didn't do anything wrong. We didn't have all the information.
We're all angry with ourselves. I should have drank it. Stupid that I didn't. I don't know why I didn't.
There is a crack of thunder outside, and then you see Serafina sort of
God,
quite
she's back.
gently walk up, close your door, and like it's hanging off of its hinges. She closes it like half hanging off and then knocks on the outside.
I'll head over to the door and open it.
She looks to you and... Let's keep this civil. Sorry for lashing out at you. I have a way of getting under my skin. I will have to wait until the potion wears off before I can return Wary to the world of the living, and I will have to call in a favor to do so. But in some ways, you didn't know what the process was with Weary. He didn't want the details, and so I didn't give them to any of you. Layered upon Weary were multiple spells, enabling him to continue to recover his health, but also there was still some health being siphoned. Some vitality being siphoned. When the potion affected him, it cut off the slow healing effect and sped up the siphoning of his vitality. You want to know. Why did you give him the potion? The tea?
really trying to resist the urge to be like, why on earth would it speed up one magical effect and stop another? But
no, it didn't. It didn't speed it. So let me just construct that a little better for you. She had siphoned his vitality in full, right? It was his whole life, basically. But then used magic to delay that process and spread it out. The ritual was a one-time siphon all the life, but she'd used her magic
so
to delay it out.
The slowing.
Exactly. So it stopped the slowing, and it just went back to that moment of the ritual where he should have just died. If I was to give a more lengthy explanation. Regardless, she looks at you and, why did you said something about memories?
We were, I think, investigating something. Noble, Fiona, she's gone to
Durbin.
Well, at least that's what we think she's gone, but...
You're certain, Josh, you're certain. I know that as players it's difficult to know that, but as characters you are absolutely certain she's gone to Durbin.
Okay, fine. She has gone there, but... Our memories aren't in alignment as to what actually happened when we went to go visit her mum. They don't make much sense.
You've had your memories modified. That's what you think? When a memory is modified magically, it is a permanent effect, a one-time effect. Cutting your access to magic, preventing magic from affecting you, wouldn't change that. It might end a charm on you. It might end a suggested belief, but a modified memory is just that, a modified memory. I assume all of you have the same issues. No, I assume you all have the same issues.
And it worked on Fiona. So we just assumed that it was the same effect on us.
You all have the same muddled memories?
Yes.
Wary to?
Doesn't make sense.
Wary to?
Whilst we are waiting for his effects to expire, I may be able to help the three of you. As a way of apology.
How?
We can see whether there's any discrepancies in your memories that can isolate the truth.
Does that require magic? Because, well...
my magic, yes.
Will it work on the three of us, or just the two of us?
What do you mean?
Miri wasn't the only one who drank the potion.
She sort of just looks flabbergasted for a moment and just goes, no, it won't work on... Surely not! And she just looks at William with, like, pure disbelief in her eyes.
I look at her with pure anger in my eyes.
I sort of suggested to Dinari that to punish you for your insolence, we could burn the magic out of you for 10 days using just that.
How kind of you.
Oh.
We didn't know it would last so long.
She looks to Dinari questioningly. You're very quiet.
No, she told me. It was in the heat of the moment. It's just a detail I forgot. Didn't consider.
You see William close his eyes and take a very deep breath, really trying to keep his anger towards Seraphina.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can still be useful. She looks to William. Tell me exactly what you remember of this day. And William, when you do so, you basically say that you guys set out to Fiona's house. And when you got there, her mum told you that she'd gone to Durbin, and you were certain that this was true, and you returned. She then looks to Dinari and says, well, tell me the same. Is that exactly correct? And as she says this, Dinari, she places a hand on your shoulder. It's incredibly warm. And as she looks at you, you can tell that she's connecting with you magically as well. And she asks you to recount what happened that day. Though your spoken recollection is the same as William's, she sort of hesitates for a moment. And, You have had your memories modified, that is for certain. And you? Looks to Anivari. Anivari, your recollection is that you think you went there, but you're not 100% certain, but you know you don't want to go back. And Fiona's in Durbin, but you can't remember why you think that. And when she gets that, she sort of explores, she turns her mind to you. Focuses on you. You've been healed rapidly. Do you hurt anywhere?
Not really.
I know whose work this is. I can't help you with it, but there is a man, a being, a demon prince, really. Devil prince, sorry. An archdevil, beneath the mountains of Mount Catra. He has been in exile here for a long time. His name is Lord Barathan. I will spell that for you in chat. This is his work. There's no question about it.
We've heard of him.
That is unfortunate for you. It would seem that he knows of you. I cannot aid you against him. But I will say one thing. These memories are planted with a very specific purpose. If you don't go to Debrin, the urge to do so will become so unbearable that it will physically hurt. You will need to travel there at least once.
Can we just cross the border and then leave again, or do we have to spend time there?
I think you will need to visit this tavern. After that you should be fine, but obviously doing so may be dangerous. I cannot and will not pit myself against Lord Barathan. But your druid friend that you're so fond of, Nor, he's been actively working against Barathan for years. Should you need an ally of power, that is where I would turn. I must see to your friend.
How long do we have to follow this calling?
She shrugs. Until it hurts too much to not. It is a powerful compulsion spell and not one that I can do much about. It it's... She sort of hesitates, and it is your desire to travel there. That is a permanent change. It is not an ongoing thing. So, I suppose your determination and willpower will hold it at bay as long or as short as that lasts. Like a craving to go to the bathroom.
So what, we just head south? Deliver Weary in, 10 days?
That's up to you. I'll return him when I can.
Please tell him I'm sorry.
Tell him yourself. And then looks to you, and if you're in the business of using tea as a remedy, she reaches into a sort of series of pouches at her hip, and she puts a small sort of pouch of tea on the table. I would suggest that you drink that. She nods towards Dinari. It'll put you in a deep sleep. It's good for grief. And guilt. And with that, she will turn and begin to walk away.
I'm using my ring of control flames. I'm going to take a piece of flame in the fireplace and just burn that satchel of tea.
Could have just said no, girl. And with that, she will just sort of turn on the spot, and she's there one instance and gone the next.
I'll close the door.
I'll help so that it can be sort of lifted.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can actually mend it over the next 10 days as long as you don't want to do so magically.
You know, my very few uses of that fucking cantrip, but I can't even use it.
Oh, my don't look at me.
Do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. How long does it take 3 adventurers to hammer and nail a door back together? I think the answer's 10 days, isn't it?
I'm gonna head over to the couch and just kind of like, and just kind of slump down. Why does it have to be that city?
Is that just in the silence?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable joining you in that living room.
What of you, Anivari?
I'm very torn.
I was looking for the next track, and my brain was looking for Natalie and Brulia when you said that. I immediately stopped thinking about what track I was putting on and just thought of that.
We don't have to stay in Turbin.
Who are you saying this to Dinari? Well, William is in the other room, or are you saying this to William while Dinari's in the other room?
To William. Isn't the living room kind of like the same room as the door?
Yeah, the front bit.
Yeah.
That is correct.
I know that we don't have to stay there, hopefully, particularly long. It's just, you never know who you're going to run into.
As you consider the weight of what has just happened, what needs to happen the next few days, I think we'll fade away. Contemplating.
Fade away, fade away, fade away.
Yeah, I did put that on either. Contemplating what exactly you're going to do and how you're going to overcome what's already happened, knowing that it's sort of playing a waiting game. We're just going to go on.
What?
No? Okay.
I just want to say that I just want to say
you can't get away with it. Your microphone picks up. Like we know you want to say something.
I just want to say that every morning I wake up, I try to
cool. No, but we're going to fast forward about 3 or 4 hours to late. To late at night festival. William, you wake up in the middle of the night with your arms sort of thrust out before you, and as you sort of think about it, you know that in your dream you were trying to cast some sort of magic. We have seen a shadowy creature watching over you in your sleep.
A figure, yeah.
Most days. The lack of that presence, the whole night is just waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep. Feel empty. In the morning, it only takes a single casual gesture and an attempt to cantrip. It doesn't work to remind you the rawness of this pain. And throughout the day, little tiny reminders that magic that you rely on not only for your day-to-day activity and for simple things, but also that is such a core part of your identity.
I don't leave my room without wearing my gloves these days.
Yeah. Though when you check on the second day morning, so when 36 or so hours have passed, you notice as you look at your fingers, you're sure at the very tips you see just a tiny speck of black. You try and cast a spell.
Seeing that fills William with a lot of hope and relief, but he kind of bottles all those emotions and tries to just get on with his day.
On the third day, as you get up and come down, is it fair to say you guys are still sharing breakfast together? Somewhat?
Well, probably trying to make sure that Dinari is eating.
I think I still make it a point to actually be cooking meals rather than just, having magical pastries and things. So you'll see evidence, I think, of me making breakfast, but
there's certainly a pang when you go to the kitchen and see Weary's resources for cooking. All the food stores that Weary had put to the side in the house, just there as a reminder. But I think there might also be a bit of a bonding moment there. I think, as you go about the ritual that has been Weary's for so many days, there are some fond memories and thoughts there. I think maybe you can think back to a couple of the better meals Weary's produced. Make yourself breakfast. But once you all three are somewhat in the same room, I think it's fair to say at some point the question of whether you're going to contact Nor or not about this is going to come up. There is already a slight nagging feeling of we need to get to Derbrun. But all of you keep thinking that every couple of hours, every 3 or 4 hours, I need to get to Derbrun. Need to go. You know that it's some sort of magical effect. Well, magical effect's a strong word these days. You know that it's some sort of foreign concept to your mind, but it's still there. We need to get to Derbrun.
Should we contact Nor?
We don't really have a way of doing that.
I suppose we could go looking for him, or go to his house. to see if Mr. Tibbles, Mr. Nibbles, Mr. Kibbles,
Mr. Mubbles.
Mr. Mubbles, I was getting there. Knows anything?
Mr. Tiddles! Yeah, you don't have a way of contacting Nor directly at all. You know that he's spent a lot of time at Ben's, which is only a little way out of town the other way. It's sort of 2.5 hours from where you are. You know that his house is in town, which is sort of 20 minutes from where you are.
And what exactly do we say to him? Hey, the witch said that the memories we can't remember were not put there, that we can't remember. There was something to do with the guy under the mountain that you're maybe fighting or working against. Do something about it?
I mean, in all fairness, Nor did once contact you with the beekeepers going black. So, it's not a particularly defined relationship.
Well, sure, we could ask that, or we could say, that we may need help if the only way of getting our memories back is finding this devil. Every little helps.
Do you think Nor would even care if we reached out to him and said that we think that this devil's influence is starting to affect the nobles in Norvina?
Well, if he already has an issue with the devil, then he already has a stake in it.
And it might be good for him to know that's where its influence is reaching.
It's probably better than just sitting around here, I guess.
Alright, let's go check out his house in town then, and if he's not there, we can swing by Ben's.
Should we take the house with us? Ours, not his.
Just
Thank you for clarifying.
Get there and just deconstruct the house and leave.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Anivari, my carriage isn't big enough.
I mean, I don't know if it's particularly necessary. It's not that far to travel to Ben's.
Is there any reason to not collapse the house? Like, literally, it's just a chest. You just pop it up and down however you like.
Well, no, I guess not. It just sounds like a lot of effort.
Yes, you just go, house down, house up, house down, house up. That's a huge effort.
Yeah, pretty much. What if we get back and someone's already taken this spot with their chest cottage? And we have to find another space.
Alright.
We're calling tipsies.
You collapse the house. You go to Mr. Mubbles. Cool. You head into town. You go there. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You knock on the door, and shortly afterwards, Mr. Mubbles will sort of... Yes, who is it? Behind the door.
Miss William.
Oh,
Anivari and Dinari.
One moment. And as you see the door open, he's got the little string in his teeth, and he's holding the door open. As he sort of lets go to say hello, the door begins to swing slightly back towards you.
I'll hold it open for him.
I need to find a better solution for that. Welcome. You haven't visited in a long time. Can I be of assistance?
Yeah, we're trying to find your master.
I have no master. But
Okay,
you speak
fine,
of the
your
druid, I
creator.
assume. I was
Yes.
perfectly
Sounds like
created
yeah.
myself. Nor is the friend, but I suppose he is responsible for my current condition. Yes, well, he hasn't been by any time recently. He's told me that I may have this house as my own. He's promised not to bring by any more squawking idiots.
That's always nice to hear.
Isn't it just? I've almost got all the cutlery back in order. You remember she was throwing it out the window at people. Sorry I can't be of more assistance, but
I have a question for you, James. Since Mr. Mubbles is now a sentient creature, you might even say he's a person, could he use a magic scroll?
Some awakened creatures could, but they would have to be so inclined. He has the intellect to do so, but can and would, and it really it depends on the way they perceive themselves, I guess, is the best answer I can give you. In his particular case, no.
Okay.
A lot of awakened creatures become more human-like. You know, they stand on two legs, or they, you know, they begin to use hands, or use things, you know, more common with shrubs, they will take on more humanoid features.
Yeah.
He still walks around on all four legs like a rat. He does sometimes wear a waistcoat, but that's about it. Other than that, he is...
That's wearing a top hat.
He did have a little hat at one point. He was very pleased with it. He wears it to special occasions. But yeah, in general, he doesn't think of himself in any way as like a humanoid at all.
Okay, cool.
Right out of Basil the Mouse Detective.
Regardless, Basil the Mouse Detective doesn't know where Nor is and hasn't seen him for a few weeks.
Okay. Do you know where he may be? Did he tell you what he was up to?
No. I haven't seen him in...
All right, well...
If you see him,
35
tell
days.
him we're looking for him.
Yes. Of course.
Thank you.
Excellent. Anything for old friends.
All right, well...
Good day to you. Would you mind shutting the door behind you? It is quite a complex procedure from my end.
Yeah, sure. I will do so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, off to Ben's then.
Three of you all trotting over there? Yeah.
Yeah.
You get there a couple of hours later, an hour or so later, I suppose. It's a couple of hour round trip. Let me just update this so I remember. It is, I didn't mean to click show players, sorry. It is the 1st of Ember Fall at 12 p.m. There we go. Yeah, it's about midday and you arrive outside Ben's house. And you actually see Nor straight away. Tending to the beehives. You hear him whispering and this strange, like buzz-like noise, and he looks up at you, and then he buzzes at you, and then... Sorry. One moment. There's a little delay. He seems to be engaged in something he's focused on there. And then, yeah, after a short moment, he looks up at you and, pleasure. You've come to check on Ben, I you? Where's Weary?
He's occupied.
Indisposed.
What did you say, Laura?
Indisposed.
Sorry to hear that. Have you come to check on Ben? He hasn't stirred.
Simply here.
Oh.
Well, that makes it sound like we're here to kill him.
That
We
was always.
come seeking you.
And so you have found me. Perhaps some lunch?
Very well.
He'll gesture to a patch of grass, literally like 20 feet away from the beehives. And as he sits,
No, I'm fine, thank you.
as he sits, he opens. Me, man. That was so unnecessary. As he sits, he opens his sort of shoulder bag and he begins pulling out what is effectively like a large salad, with fruit and berries and forage and cheese and honey and there are bits of like grapes and stuff with the salad, things that suit a salad, not grapes and figs and and cheese and nuts, and it's basically a forage salad.
That sounds confusing.
It looks lovely. And he gestures for any of you to partake as he wishes. And so, you were seeking me, and now you've found me. How can I help you?
We've been informed that you've had issues with the devil in the mountain.
Yes, you could say so. His influence has been expanding.
Yeah, we've been privy to it.
I'm sorry. I will help in any way I
Within
can.
Norvina.
He nods. Yes. I believe this new visitor is his work. This advisor to the lady.
Why would the devil?
Shall we all just mute and just speak in Roll20? Sorry, he looks at you and I'll help in any way I can. Sorry, you were saying, Elora?
Why would the devil under the mountain want Aemon to take the throne, and why would that?
Does he? Is that his goal? For Aemon to take the throne? What throne? Is there even a throne to be taken?
See, it feels like it's being influenced that way.
Perhaps he is seeking a foothold in a local town so he may operate with impunity. I try not to look too hard at the goals of a devil, only to thwart them.
Well, his influence has caused changes in our memories.
That is his most common strategy with mortals.
Would
Making
dealing
them
with him
believe.
get our memories back?
None of us are powerful enough to deal with him. But a memory modified is a memory modified. We will not see the return of it unless it is modified back to what it previously was, which could only really be done by the person whose memory it was originally, and that would be very difficult because you no longer remember it. So, no.
So it's irreversible.
One could modify the memory again to something different, but that is a strange path.
It couldn't be restored in some way.
Your memory is intact and whole, just different. There is nothing to restore.
Above table, greater restoration.
I'm aware. This will
Also
not.
remove curse.
This will not help you. You can greater resto till the cows come home. It won't aid you in this particular instance. And in fact, I think he might even go on to say there are some spells that imitate that, which the Archdevil does, that can be more easily fixed, but his powers are far more irreversible. If you have a shared memory with others, then perhaps you might be able to piece the pieces back together and re-knit the patchwork, so to speak.
But how could you do that if you don't know what it is that you're missing? Also, it wasn't the devil himself who cast this magic on us. It was some... I don't know.
Do you know who it
We
was?
don't know. I
Ah!
don't remember that at all.
I hate everything about this.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't use this sort of stuff very
Okay,
often. It's
then
very
fine.
hard to roll.
Surely it wasn't the devil himself in that house. That would be crazy. No?
What else? I would almost guarantee you that any effects that are on your of this strength on your memory are most definitely come from Barathan himself. You came seeking my assistance, but I cannot restore your memory. Is there something else I might do for you?
Can you restore my magic?
Your magic? Josh, have you lost track of why you're here?
He said, is there anything else you can do for me?
Yes, but have
So
you lost
I'll
track
ask
of
him.
why you've come to ask Nora in the first place?
Yeah, we asked him for help with the devil, no?
Kind of.
Okay, so we just did that, and he said there's something he can do to help us.
Where's Weary when you need him? He will look to you and say, I cannot help you with any magic you've lost. I'm sorry to hear that. Anivari or Dinari, do you wish to ask him a more constructed question? So, Seraphina suggested you ask Nor because you have a compulsion to visit a tavern in Durbin that she said is probably very dangerous, and whilst she wasn't willing to go with you to oppose Barathon, Nor might be willing to go with you to a tavern that you may well die in otherwise to assist you because he's a person of power. Please take him with you. I can't deal with any more deaths.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I was like, what?
No, I knew that Jack knew, but I didn't know if anybody else knew.
Alright, fine. Do you fancy coming on a day trip?
Not exactly a day trip.
Figure of speech.
We need to go find Fiona. She's gone to Durbin.
Fiona?
But we think it might
Is
be
she important?
a trap.
Ah, you have a trap laid for you by the devil and you'd like me to bust it open. With pleasure. Where is it?
Durbin.
Oh.
The minstrel, wandering minstrel.
What's so funny, no?
Before she clarified with the wandering minstrel, that is not what I heard. Anyway, as we carry on, he will look to you and say, I do hate that place, but... And it is one of his places of strength, but yes, I will come with you. There is little I can do for Ben at the moment. Princess looks after him well enough. When do we leave? I could do with a couple of days to put some things in order. Some of the trees need informing of my absence.
Okay, a couple of days then.
And Weary will be with us?
No.
Might want to wait 6, guys. You can leave Weary behind spontaneously if
I
you
don't
want.
know if we can, because you're saying that the compulsion will get worse, so I don't know if we have
It
to
will get worse, but
leave
trust,
straight away
I'm
or
not going... I wouldn't have bothered to ask Jack to session if I was going to go all the way to Durbin without him.
Okay, you know what? No, take 6 days, get all
William,
your business
we
in
should wait.
order.
I'll do exactly
And
that.
then,
We'll come get
and
you.
then come get
No.
us. Yeah, we'll contact you, okay?
You know what? We'll just put the cottage up, like, right next to this place. Just open the door.
Should we... I mean, how many days' journey is it to Durbin that we know of? I'm certain that we could get there a different way, but right now,
Horsey?
as far as I know of...
Well, I don't think it took us that long when
Horsey,
we
2
left
days.
session 1.
It took you 3
Yeah.
days to get from
3 days.
Durbin to Novin at the beginning of the campaign. But you can do it in 2 if you're
We'll
riding.
leave in 4 days-ish.
You should wait for 6.
I think there might be some combat on the road.
Yes, Noel will say
Seraphina's
to you...
gonna show up with Weary.
Noel will say to you, I can come with you on the journey, or I can meet you in Durbin. I can travel there a lot more quickly on my own. I do have a lot of things to contend with. Are you planning on leaving in 6 days?
Yes.
And I will meet you at the ash tree outside Durbin's front gate 8 days hence.
The
That's
first
a place.
light, look to the east.
Don't look east. Look for an ash tree.
first light, look for an ashtray.
Yes, and he definitely won't arrive riding a white horse. He might arrive
Turning of
as
the
a white
tide.
horse, but he's not going to arrive riding one. Yes, do that. That sounds like a great idea, guys. Okay, fantastic. With that in order, and that in this is why I don't plan sessions. Over the next few days, wherever you set up that house, the same things will happen. William, you will begin to see the black bleed up your fingers.
Oh my goodness.
On the 8th day, your hand is sort of black, but your arm is not. Still no magic, though. Is there anything anyone would like to do before the 10 days are up? Very accepted.
I will just say that... Which of us is going to go first?
No, you go first, Laura.
I was just going to say that Weary's horse has a very gleaming coat right now, because I've been taking very special care.
I was just going to say that every day I'm making sure, if I don't see it, then I'm at least finding Dinari and asking her if she's eaten. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do so on the 4th, 5th, 6th day. But on the 7th, down and there's no sign of Dinari. Just a note.
What does the note say?
I'm going to have to leave this for you. I was going to read it for you, Bumpkin, but I've lost access to the doc.
Oh, how weird.
Yeah, so I've had to request it again. I didn't have to request it the first time. I don't know what happened there.
Huh. Let me work some tech magic. I'll get it to you. You have a much nicer narration voice than I do.
Anivari, look, a note.
A note.
What
you
does
read
it say?
I don't know, Elora, read it.
Weird. I suddenly can't read common.
We should all read it one word at a time.
Wait, the ink's really smudged.
Jesus, her handwriting fucking sucks.
I know, holy hell,
might be
remind
it.
us to teach her later.
Here. I will say though, in the meantime, while I'm getting this thing prepped and out to James, I'll give a little extra expose that the note has been pinned underneath the ruby, and in like a semicircle around the note on the table are a whole bunch of extra healing and stamina potions. And these are the ones that you recognize that I was making by hand the past little while.
Just to remind you, the ruby was given to Dinari by Henson. No? Henson? Yes, Henson. In a sort of pre-payment, down payment for finding not Juliet. Fiona. Well, I'm going to rename her to Juliet in a minute. What's wrong with me?
It's another aspect of the modified memory.
Thank you. That's even better, Bumpkin. I was going to try and summarize, but I thought that was a terrible idea. You see a note on the table. It's written in quite elegant handwriting that you do recognize to be Dinari's. Fucking hell, sorry. I am just...
Yeah, I'll read it out loud.
No, I will. That would be highly confusing if you did. Just give me a second, please. I need to gather my shit. You see upon the table a note pinned by a ruby next to some potions. It says in quite beautiful handwriting, which you know to be Dinari's, "With William and Weary's recovery, my presence here can no longer be justified. Seraphina may be to blame for keeping us in the dark about the kind of weapon that godforsaken tea could be. But I am still the one who aimed that weapon at 2 innocent people. Caused them irreparable harm. The least that I can do is protect you all by keeping my distance while you venture on, which is why I have left early for my parents' property in Deborah. None of us can afford for me to be as selfish as I have been any longer. There is something rotten in me that I cannot fix. It took me leaving Durbin to finally see that the best thing I can do is keep that rot as far away from those it could harm as I can. You all did the heroic thing, giving an aimless tiefling a chance. But it's time we cut our losses before any of you get hurt again. Please come and recover your carriage and steed for me once you arrive in the city. A family of tieflings shouldn't be hard to find. Farewell, Dinari. In all of our discussions, Bumpkin, I didn't realize you were going to steal the wagon. I'm quite proud of you.
After
Wait,
I finish,
where do we put the house in?
Well, it's just a chest. You can just carry it
Just
along.
have to
It's not
carry it
heavy.
and
It's not
whack
heavy.
people with it. After I finish reading, I just kind of look because I assume that Anivari is like opposite me. I just kind of look up at her, very confused look on my face. I don't understand.
I do. She's doing exactly what I said not to do. And we need to go so that we can try to catch her.
Okay. But she said there's something rotten inside of her. Do you know what she's talking about there?
She made a mistake. We all made mistakes.
Well, yeah, but she's not talking about it as if it's just a mistake. She's talking like she's cursed or something, which was ridiculous.
Of course it's ridiculous.
All right, well, as long as you as long as you think that's all this is, then okay. I will fold up the piece of paper, and open the slightly mended, slightly busted door.
As you look out, you will see Whisper and Atreides picketed where they were before. But Atreides has been picketed, not left freely. Quite carefully. And quite well. Perhaps to stop Atreides from disturbing you or giving you warning or whinnying during the night. As you look at the tracks on the ground, it is quite clear that the carriage departed very late last night. With an 8-hour lead. Unless you travel through the night and put your own horses at risk, you'll basically catch Dinari in Durbin.
Is Weary's horse here as well?
Yes.
I think we pack up the cabin on... Not on... Weary, what's your horse's name?
Big Smoke, baby.
Big Smoke Baby.
A classic horse name.
Just
Pack
Big
up the
Smoke.
cabin, put it on Big Smoke,
Mhm.
and start riding.
Yeah, you get a couple of hours down the road when a beautiful falcon swoops down and transitions mid-air into a loxodon. Nor looks at you. And you're leaving
Good
early.
point, actually. Where's Tim been?
You haven't seen Tim since the moment Serafina disappeared. With Weary.
I think where is he as we see this falcon swoop down?
Yeah, it turns into Nor halfway down and says, "Are you all leaving early?" Dinari assured me she was going on ahead to her family in Durbin and that you would follow 3 days hence as per the original plan. Said she had some family business to attend to.
She informed us of nothing.
I see. There's been a disagreement. Sorry, not my place to
Not-
pry.
Not a verbal disagreement, more a disagreement of character.
The most difficult of kinds. I'm ever so sorry I've planned around your previous time schedule. I don't think I can come earlier.
Well, then just come as quickly as you can.
I should be there. I should be there as soon as possible.
We'll avoid the tavern if we can.
Tavern?
Yeah, we said.
Wandering Minstrel.
No, you didn't. You said the trap
I
is in
said the
Durban.
Wandering-
Yeah, we did.
Oh yes,
Yeah, we
and then
did,
I got
you was
distracted because I thought you said menstrual.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that thought. I had just left my head at the time.
You did say that it was like the place of power for Baratheon.
No, he meant Durban. I
Silly.
hate that place, Durban.
Yeah.
It's a place of power for Baratheon.
Which-
Sorry, we make that
yeah.
really clear. Like,
Oh.
the whole city is a place of power for the devil.
Yeah. If
Right.
there's devils in the city, it explains my mother.
She's Baratheon's left-hand woman. Anyway, yeah, if you want to travel immediately, you can. You will reach the outside of Durban on the 9th day.
Wow, now combat, nice.
Well, no, because there's 2 of you.
I've got perfume to spray in people's faces.
Do you want to
That'll
die?
do Something.
I can roll the combat if you want. It's ready.
I have faith in my improv skills.
Anivari, do you agree to dying on William's whim?
Nor, are you sure you can't pop ahead and tell her to wait for us?
Of course. But from what I understood, she's already doing that.
No, she's not.
She said she would wait for you at her family's house.
No, I'm not quite sure it makes sense that she would leave us and then tell us where she'd be for us to find her again. Maybe she'll get on a ship.
You know her better than I. She did not strike me as a liar.
Well,
I think she intends for us to retrieve horse and carriage, and I don't know about anything else.
Your choice is yours to make, but you mentioned a disagreement of character. Would she appreciate you chasing her down?
She seems to believe that she's worse than she is. So I don't really care if she wouldn't appreciate it, because she deserves to be with us. She should be with us. She belongs with us.
Everyone's their own person. Maybe she needs some time. But as I said, you know her better than I do. So you will head after her?
Well, yeah.
we have to.
Understood. I'll meet you as soon as I can. How shall I find you? You won't be waiting by the ash tree, I'm guessing. Or will you set your
Just,
cottage up there?
Look to the east.
I will do no such thing. So what's the plan, guys? You're gonna go there and then set your house up by the ash tree that he mentioned?
Yeah, sure. If there's space.
Okay.
And someone else's chest cottage isn't there.
Yeah, so you head there.
At least it's smart.
And you arrive there on the 9th day after Weary's demise. At this point, William, your magic is nearly back. You are fortunate you didn't run into any danger on the road. You might have died. I've got no time for a two-person combat that kills you both. So, I even had it set up so Bumpkin could play Nor. Alas. Alas, no. You arrive on the outskirts of Durban on the 9th day. You see the ash tree in question. It stands on a hill quite prominently, about a quarter of a mile away from Durban's front gate. What would you like to do?
I guess set up the chest. Do we want to ride into the city or leave the horses here?
Is there... The ash tree is pretty visible, but is there like a hill or anything that'll block direct view from where we set up the cabin?
The ash tree is on a hill. You could just set the cabin on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, just best not to make a pop-up house outside of town.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pick up the horses and go in on foot?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like it, but yes. The treaties isn't tied. The treaties is never tied if I'm in charge.
No, neither is Whisper, because I have his whistle that calls him, so he's always free to roam.
Okay, you leave the horses by the house. Head on. Make no attempt to follow you. Yeah. You guys head on into the large city of Durban. As you get to the gate, there is a city gate. It is open. Nobody makes any attempt to stop you. Anivari, what do you look like?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think I would probably turn into a human woman.
Love that for you. Brown hair, blue eyes. Freckles.
Sure. Wait, no. What does William look like? I'll look like William's sister.
Oh, that'll be great.
Funnily enough, in William's
what does William look like right
canon,
now?
He once did have a sister.
Oh, jeez.
William, do you make any attempt to disguise yourself, or do you just head in as you?
I think I just head in as me. I do keep my head down though, and I've got my gloves on, obviously.
Okay. You head through the main gate. You guys see there's a market set up as per usual. It's here every day. It's called the Outskirts Market, bustling market. There are guards about. Where are you guys heading?
I suppose Dinari doesn't give us an address, so I guess we could ask around. I'm sure there's not many Tiefling families here in the
Ask
city.
a guard, perhaps?
Yeah, I'll go up to a guard.
Mm-hmm. You do so.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, citizen.
Do you... I'm looking for a Tiefling family. Do you know of any that live in the city?
Down in the outskirts of the city. They keep the graveyard.
Okay. Do you know where, like, directions for that?
Ah, yes. And then he'll just sort of give you a few directions down the street, etc.
Thank you.
You're heading straight there?
I guess. Well, yeah, I guess so. William looks quite nervous, roaming the streets. But he's trying to, he's probably walking at a bit of a pace, to try and get this whole ordeal over with as quickly as possible.
I think I'm getting very paranoid glances around at everything and every person.
You're about halfway there when you are stopped. A man in the street. He's very slight, perhaps 5'1", very thin. His hair is thinning quite a lot. Oi. You going somewhere?
Hello. We're just going to the graveyard. We'll pay respects to our aunt.
I don't think you are. You were just leaving, weren't you?
No, we've just
I think
arrived.
you were leaving.
What does he look
Problem,
like?
sir?
He's about 5'1". He's thin. His hair is thinning. It's brown, sort of thinning away. He's got bead little eyes that shiftily look from one side to the other. And look, I ain't here to make a threat. I'm just passing on a message.
Who's the message from?
Toodle on out of town, and let's just say you'll be better off. Everyone's better off without a devil on their shoulder, wouldn't you say? I'd say. Anyway, just like you, I was just leaving. And he begins to walk away towards the outer edges of town.
Let's go.
Do you leave town?
No. We go to the graveyard.
You get close to the graveyard, and as you look down, you do see a house nearby. And you're just thinking about how best to head down, when a slight woman, about 5'7", long blonde hair, says, "You really don't take warnings well, do you?"
We have to speak with someone, and then we'll leave.
I don't think that's a good idea. You're meant to be 4.
Why?
Why is there only 2 of you? Well, 3, but... Where's the other one?
I
don't
know
know.
what business that is of yours.
No, I suppose you don't. A second. Thinking how best to phrase this.
Don't worry, little old lady. Take your time.
Well, no, she's quite young. She's in her 30s. She sort of looks at you and... Well, you were meant to all arrive together. The Tiefling was one anomaly. One anomaly is normally one anomaly too many, but... 2 anomalies. And we can't find the other one. Displeasing.
Well, we'll go get that anomaly, and then we'll return as we're supposed to. Sound good?
You know where he is?
No.
He's not going to like this. He's not going to like this one bit. Blast and be done with it. And she scurries off into the night.
Into the night, yeah.
Well,
It's
into the
nighttime?
town, sorry, whatever. It's probably approaching evening, but yeah.
Alright, I guess we just continue heading towards the graveyard, and I suppose at this point expect a third person to pop out of the shadows.
Then I am afraid that is where we're going to have to end.
Oh, fudge.
Yeah, I've been trying to push you very hard in any other direction, but you won't have any of it. So do you know
We have a
what?
purpose.
I will have to stop. I understand that, but I can't take you any further today. So I'm really sorry, Jack. In my sketch of the session, you were back within 20 minutes. But
where do you get these statistics from, James?
I thought you'd
it's like
feel
you don't
it,
think
think it,
play at all.
be sent to a place and be told, wait for Weary. Like, she was quite definite. I was quite definite.
like 20
Nor was
minutes.
quite definite. And, you guys just didn't.
We are waiting for Weary. We just have to get Dinari, and then we'll all leave town, and we'll wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in Norvino?
No, we'll just go right outside to the tree where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, sorry. I can't take any further. I just haven't got that ready. Yeah. Well, Jack, why not? You might as well start. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Rested my voice for a while there. That's all good. It's probably the conviction now that we get to feel Dinari's making a choice and being like, oh, fuck, this is a really Weir's just died and now Dinari's taken off, and it's like a play or a movie. It's like before the third act, you know what I mean? There's that fall, the problem gets worse before the ending, and then the initial climax. It's like we're in that, and it's like I'm waiting to see how far it can. I'm waiting to see now how far deep we go into how messed up this is going to become for us. I'm excited.
Good. Bumpkin.
I'll give 2. So first I'll give to Jack, usually. Usually you're the source of my comedic ones. Even without really being able to speak at all during the session, there's still, no shortage of entertainment from you this entire time. There's a couple times where, I had to fully pull myself out of a situation because it's just I lost it and I couldn't keep in character just from all the random stuff I would catch you doing out of the corner of my eye.
I agree.
And then, second one will go to James as well. It's just I bet you that, or at least I'm hoping that this is still an enjoyable thing to be orchestrating and doing, but just the way that we're just completely bypassing everything that you want us to do, and we're just taking different paths.
My aim when I don't have party members together is to expedite the time at which they are separated or silenced, so that we can be a group again. And I needed to navigate those walkways, and I was just like, come on, go there. No. I just,
Wait for Nora? Nah. Stay Nora? No.
Just wait for your teammate! Nah. He's right there! It was, I get it. You guys acted in character, and that's fine. I'm not, I want to make it very clear. I'm not criticizing that you're playing as characters, and it is still really enjoyable for me to see the roleplay. There's just a part of me that needs to, as also the person who orchestrates the game, as opposed to the story, try and make it so that everybody's equally able to have fun. And I think those two things were very conflicting today. Josh.
I think first, props to Jack for, even though he wasn't part of this session, was still here and present and, still part of the session. I think, I don't know, it was all really good, roleplay from everyone, reacting to Seraphina and all of the bullshit that comes along with her. I think, probably it goes to, Elora and Anivari, I suppose, not knowingly, turning into someone who looks like William's sister. I've not thought about him having a sister in a long time because he did once, like during his creation. And so when he was like, I'm gonna look like William's sister, I was like, huh, he did have a sister at one point. This is really weird.
Just to be clear,
Yeah,
he
was
had a
so
sister at
sweet.
one point in Josh's creative process. He didn't have a sister at one point in this
doesn't
world,
currently.
and then she
No.
vanished. I just want to make that clear to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elora.
I mean, I the whole session was just great doing the roleplay between Josh and I. Just trying. Oh, well, we have to go now. There's just no question about it. We're going
Yeah, there's no
now.
Oh,
the only
really?
one that I managed to write down was I was pretty sure at one point Jack started singing "Torn" in the background.
Yeah,
I literally, in my head, I wanted to put that song on when you said it. I was like, yeah, it was great. Yeah,
love that song.
Pyrus actually said that Jack was 100% more present than half my table who were actively supposed to be in a scene. Which it's always good. Yeah, I mean, I had a few, like, when Elora said the phrase, like, well, we've got to go, I was like, Jesus, really? Like, no, you don't. Just, like, yeah. Like, just don't. I was like,
There's no time to waste.
like, honestly, it was just getting thinner and thinner. I was like, I'll fly in an eagle. I'll pop up a thief. Fuck it, I'll bring a devil spawn. They're just like, nah, bruv, I'm not having it. We're going there. I'm like, there doesn't exist right now. And, yeah, but I really enjoyed specifically Bumpkin's talk post Seraphina leaving. When Elora, you asked Dinari if she was okay. There was a really moving moment of just how culpable she felt, but also how sad she was. And I think that was a really well played moment. And in contrast to that, Josh, I really loved your anger at Seraphina. I know I got you power words done, but
Maldranix. Yeah.
oh, that's what you meant. Yeah. Well, it's the visual effect of you having no choice and just. Next time I'll throw you under a table or something. Anyway, yeah, I really liked your anger and your angst in that moment, and I think it's really interesting to sort of dissect the three different stages of grief, if you will. There was Dinari, who was sort of quite broken by it and very sad, very fragile. There was William, who was very angry, and very sort of like concentrated in the moment of like, this is your fault and you screwed it up. And then there was Anivari, is very much like, no, we've got to deal with things and carry on and do the things that we need to do and process and move forwards and, what can we do and how are we going to do it? And it was really interesting seeing those three completely distinct ways of, I suppose 4 completely distinct ways of dealing with it. Jack chose silence is his form of grief. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it was a really lovely dichotomy of 3 different personalities handling the same problem, and I thought it was beautiful. And you guys deserve some experience, I guess. You can take 100.
Did we get some experience to go to a new place?
Yes, 30 for Durbin. Well, no, how
Wait
are
a
you?
second.
Don't try and twist me out of that. No, you do not get 30 XP for that. God, how did you do that? Anyway, 100 XP. And that right there is where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye,
Goodbye.
Bye.
we shall see you soon.